How do hormones act on their target tissues or organs? What is the mechanism of action of hormones? To act on the target tissue or target organ, hormones usually bind to specific receptors and form hormone receptor complex. The receptor is specific. Each specific hormone binds to a specific receptor in the target organ and forms hormone receptor complex. Now receptors are of two types. If the receptor is present on the surface of the cell membrane, it is called membrane bound receptor. If the receptor lies on the membrane of the target cell, it is called membrane bound receptor. The hormone binds to the receptor on the surface of the membrane. The hormone does not enter the target cell if the receptor is membrane bound. If the receptor is present inside the cell, inside the target cell, mainly inside the nucleus, it is called intracellular receptor. In this case, the hormone enters the cell, then enters the nucleus and binds to the intracellular receptor. So in this case, hormone enters the cell. In this case, the hormone does not enter the cell. It binds to the receptor on the surface of the target cell, on the surface of the membrane. For example, this is follicle stimulating hormone secreted by anterior pituitary, FSH. And this is the cell membrane of the target cell. This is the cell membrane of the target cell. The FSH usually stimulates the ovaries in case of human females. So this is the cell membrane of the ovarian follicles. This is the receptor. This receptor is bound to the cell membrane of the target cell. The hormone FSH does not enter the target cell. The hormone binds to the receptor, which is membrane bound, and forms hormone receptor complex. As a result, the hormone receptor complex leads to the formation of a second messenger. The hormone is the first messenger. When it binds to the receptor on the membrane, it leads to generation of another molecule inside the cell, which is called second messenger. Second messenger varies from cell to cell, like cyclic AMP or IP3 or calcium ion. Formation of second messenger leads to, it results in a biochemical change inside the cell. The biochemical change ultimately results in a physiological response, physiological change. For example, the growth of the follicles in the ovaries. So this is how certain hormones act on their target tissues. Now, this is a hormone secreted by follicles inside the ovaries, estrogen. Hormone enters the target cell through the cell membrane. Then it enters the nucleus. The green color is the hormone. It crosses the nuclear membrane and passes into the nucleus. This is the receptor. The hormone binds to the intracellular receptor and forms hormone receptor complex. The hormone receptor complex now binds to a specific region of the genetic material. This is the genome, the total genetic material inside a cell. The hormone receptor complex binds to a specific region, a specific gene. As a result, from the gene, a specific messenger RNA is formed. The messenger RNA produces a specific protein or polypeptide. Formation of polypeptide results in a specific physiological change in the tissue like growth and differentiation. This is the response. And when a gene produces messenger RNA forms a protein. This is called expression of gene. This is the function of chromosome. Chromosomes are made up of DNA and genes are segments of DNA. So DNA or gene forms a specific messenger RNA. A specific messenger RNA forms a specific protein. This is called expression of gene. So expression of gene or function of the chromosome is changed by the hormone receptor complex, and it results in physiological changes like growth and differentiation of the tissue. In this way, the estrogen hormone acts on the target tissue by binding to the intracellular receptors.